Hey guys, my name is Bonnie. This is Artist in a Garden, and today I am starting some seeds out of my greenhouse. I have picked up a few supplies and I've got my greenhouse set up to start some seeds. Finally, we're getting into some warmer temperatures. This spring for us has been very cold. We've had some late snowfalls this spring, but my temperatures in my greenhouse seem to be maintaining above zero, so above freezing, and it's time to start some seed. So I picked up one of these food grade bins at one of our surplus grocery stores that's local to us, and it has a lid so I can put a lid on it, but I'm using it today to mix all my potting soil. But I'm just going to continue getting my soil ready and fill up some seed starting trays, and I'll show you the seeds that I think I'm going to start today. So one of the things I've realized this season with my seed starts is I enjoy starting my seeds in a potting mix versus the seed starting mix. My style of gardening, I don't pot up my seedlings soon enough out of a seed starting mix, and they definitely start to show some signs of nutrient deficiency. I don't use a lot of fertilizers in my seed studio just because of, well, one, it's a fish emulsion and it kind of stinks. It really smells up the seed starting studio. So I find putting them in a potting mix to start with, they benefit from the nutrition in the potting mix versus the seed starting mix, which doesn't really have a lot of, or doesn't have any, I guess, nutrients in it. I'm not exactly sure. So I have really enjoyed using this potting mix that I found at Costco, and it's a Miracle-Gro. It's a Miracle-Gro potting mix. It's an indoor potting mix. I don't really know the difference between indoor and outdoor, possibly just a marketing thing, but this is designed, or says it's designed to be less prone to gnats, which I realized the other day I haven't had any fungus gnats in the seed studio this year, and possibly because I'm using this potting mix. So I decided to grab a few more bags of it and use it today in my greenhouse as well to start my seed trays. Today I'm going to be using seed trays, and I've got them set up on the top shelf over here. I'm going to start 2 or 3 trays. We'll see how far we get, but I've got my soil mixed up, pre-moistened, and I'm just going to go ahead and fill up some seed trays.
Look ahead, the sea is calm, and I know we've been through a lot, but just wait. Wait for better days to come and carry us like wind in our sails. Hold on tight, I can smell the shore, it's right in front of us if we just hold on tight. This vision that I saw is getting closer every dawn. We are dreamers of the shore. 7 years now on this boat, and we all know where we belong. Just wait. For our home to show on the horizon, soon we'll be there.
Oh, it gets pretty warm out here in this greenhouse. when the sun comes out. We just had some rain, a nice little spring rain shower, and now the sun has come out and it feels so good. What is our temperature in here right now? We are at 80 degrees in the greenhouse today. So the sun makes a huge difference. Let me get organized and I'll show you what seeds. I think I'm gonna start today in these cell packs.
We are dreamers of the shore.
I forgot that I had a package of seeds from Baker Seeds. Well, let's make this an unboxing from Baker Seeds, shall we? Let's see what seeds I ordered from Baker Seeds. And I have some of the seeds picked out today that I am going to start. Coleus is one of the seeds that, if you've watched Nicole from Flower Hill Farms, she started some Coleus, and the tray of her Coleus just looks so amazing. All the leaves are different, and I thought, I think I'm going to try some of that. I don't know if it's too late here to start it or not, but why not give it a shot? So I have a couple of packages of So Easy Coleus. One of them is coated and one of them is not. Let me turn off my radio, 1 second. That's better. We don't want any copyright for music I'm not supposed to use. All my music on my videos that I do use is from Epidemic Sound, and there is a link in the description on all of my videos that you can try out Epidemic Sound on any of your videos if you want. I have absolutely loved it. If you haven't noticed by watching my channel, one of my favorite things to do is to add music in, and Epidemic Sound has one of the best collections I've ever used, and I have a subscription to it for all of my YouTube channels. Check out the link below and see if you can find something on Epidemic Sound that you like. Anyways, now that we have the music taken care of, let's see what we have from Baker Creek. This is the first time I've ever ordered any seeds from Baker Creek, and wow, I like their packaging. I am really excited about this one this year. This is the spoon tomato, these little tiny currant tomatoes. I've heard that they are really hard to harvest, but I'm not a big raw tomato fan unless it's with bacon or on a hamburger or something. But I thought these would be nice to add into a salad, or I just thought I'd try them out. And why not grow them myself? So I'm gonna try some spoon tomatoes this year. And spinach, red Malabar spinach. So Jess from Roots and Refuge, she was growing Malabar spinach on trellises. And as you know, my garden has 4 of the cattle panel trellises. So the nice big huge trellises that really I've only been able to fill with beans. The cucumbers don't quite make it there. Peas, they never make it very far up the trellis. And I thought, well, maybe I'll try some Malabar spinach. I am still gonna grow some cucamelons this year. What fun they were to grow, and they did really well as a vine. So just looking for some more vine crops to grow on my trellis this year. Malabar spinach is going to be one of them. And sticking with the tiny tomatoes, a white currant tomato. So these are a bit bigger than the spoon tomatoes, but still, what does it say? 1-inch cross, creamy white, pale yellow, superb sweet flavor. So there's another tomato that I'm going to try. And on the opposite end of the scale of my tomatoes this year, beefsteak, just your classic beefsteak. This is the gigantic tomato. So we're going from the tiniest tomato I can grow to the largest tomato I can grow. And I've just picked your classic beefsteak to try for that one. And I have got my package of free seeds, Japanese wasabi. Wow, never tried to grow any of that, but hey, why not? Let's try some of those with their free seed pack from Baker Creek. So those are, there's more. There's one more in here. What else did I get? Beans. Again, with the trellises, trying to fill those this year. Kalima, I think is how you say it. Kalima beans. I must have been watching Jess from Roots and Refuge when I was ordering from Baker Creek, because I know she also grows this bean, and I'm going to try that bean this year here. Another seed that I picked up at the store the other day is a passion flower. Now this is a perennial, so I've got some spots where if I can get this one to grow and established, I will be planting that out in some of the gardens to come back year after year. And the wave petunia, this one was really easy to grow last year, so I'm going to try it again this year, and I'm going to start some of these in my seed starting trays today. I was thinking I would do some spinach out here in the greenhouse because it is still pretty cool out here. So spinach will do really well with that. And black hollyhocks. I found these actually at the grocery store the other day. They are coated seeds, so I thought I'd start those this year in hopes that next year we'll get some black hollyhocks to add to my hollyhock garden out in the front. And a couple more vegetables that like the cold, some broccoli, and another pack of spinach. So I've got nasturtiums I could start. I think it's just too early for sunflowers or zinnias right now. Okay guys, I think I've got my seeds figured out. I think. I went back to the Baker Creek seed pack that I was looking at and realized Japanese wasabi is a radish. And speaking of radishes, let me show you the radishes that I've already started out here in the greenhouse. So this is the little setup that I have started my first attempt growing out here in the greenhouse. And I have started some cabbage. I've started them just germinating and getting them grown in these little pots. And once they start to develop their first true set of leaves, I will pot them up into their own individual pots. But this is cabbage, which apparently likes to grow in cold weather, as well as my radishes. So these radishes are just going to grow in here. They're for salad. I'm going to use them as salad radishes. So I want them to grow and finish maturing just in these pots. These radishes back here that are much further ahead, I started in the seed studio, and you can see that they got quite tall and spindly, which I think was because of the heat. My seed studio, it maintains a temperature around 70 to 75 degrees, as well as it has a heat mat similar to this one, well, exactly the same as this heat mat in there. And I just think it was too hot in there for the radishes. So they grew really tall, really fast, and all have kind of fallen over, but they are growing quite well. They do have some starts of the radish growing in there. Again, these are just going to grow off in here. I'm going to harvest them right from this tray. They're not going out into the garden or anything, so I'll be using those as salad radishes. And these ones over here I started the same time as the cabbage, and you can see with the colder temperatures out here in the greenhouse, they've stayed a lot shorter, they're a lot stronger, and obviously have done a lot better out here in the colder temperatures in the greenhouse. So that is something I have learned this year, that growing radishes is much more successful in a cooler environment. So that's what I have growing for my first attempt here in the greenhouse. Let's get back over here to starting my seed trays. I've decided to do a tray of tomatoes, so we'll fill up this tray and start the tomatoes into this one. There's 20 little cups in that. And the other tray over here, I'm going to keep them as flowers. So I'm going to do a couple rows of petunias. I'll germinate some black hollyhocks, some passion flower. I'm going to do some more snapdragons since my first attempt didn't really germinate all that well. So I've got a new pack of snapdragons to start, and the coleus will be started in these last two rows. So I've got two packs. They're both the same seed company. One of them is pelleted, one of them not. Rainbow Mix Colors and Pinto Mix. Excited to get those going and see how well we can get them to germinate. So let's get some labels made so I can remember what I've put in where. I'll fill up my tomato tray and we'll get some seeds planted.
May you always find your way to higher ground. May you always keep your head held up high. Pretty little thing, you're a diamond in the rough. shining from within. I can tell that you're tough.
Let's see, the petunias, they need a seed depth of an 1/8. So we'll put, I'm using just one of these little sticks that was in one of my plans. So we'll just make a little divot for these. We don't want to bury them too much.
I can tell that you're tough. Order in a cup of love, feel it rising up and above. You will always keep my heart and soul strong. Plant your seeds and watch them grow. The light will always know where to go. You will always keep my heart and soul strong. You're the first thing in the morning and the last. Baby, you're my future and you are my past. Pretty little thing, you're a diamond in the rough, shining from within. I can tell that you're tough. Order in a cup of love, feel it rising up and above. You will always keep my heart and soul strong. Plant your seeds and watch them grow. The light will always know where to go. You will always keep my heart and soul strong.
Okay, so let's start with the tiny spoon tomatoes, and I think I'm gonna put 2 seeds in each one of these cups. Tiny tomatoes, you have tiny seeds. When I started gardening, I didn't realize how much gardening I'd actually do with a toothpick. And the last row in the middle will be the beefsteak. Hopefully these seeds are bigger. I'll just push these into the soil a little bit and we'll water them in. Hello guys, thanks for hanging out with me today. I've got a few of my sea starts started out here in the greenhouse. My name is Bonnie, this is Artist in a Garden. I will keep you updated on how my growing season turns out in my first spring in my greenhouse. And we'll see you in the next one, guys. Bye-bye.
You will always keep my heart and soul strong.